Yes.
Right. So if God has created a society in which, genocides are done and
No, God created a society. Let me explain one thing, right? I believe this is in most traditions. Let me ask you this question first. Can you recognize good without evil?
no.
Okay, so that would mean that we have to have evil in the world by necessity, so we can understand the concept of good, what good is, right? So first, the point I'm going to make. Second point I'm going to make.
That just sounds like you're justifying bad acts.
I'm not done. The second point I'm going to make is in most religions, or in Islam, let me talk about Islam, because this is our religion, is that this life is a test. So this life is a test.
Yeah.
So we are accountable. What God does is He creates us, and He gives us this kind of propensity to do evil and to do good. But deep down, we know the main things that are evil. We have it innately. It's something we call the fitrah. So I know that killing and raping and stealing innately, I know is wrong. I don't know every detail of life and morality, but I know the main things. I have it deep within me. This is a compass, a moral compass that the Creator has put within us, right? So if I go and do evil, I know deep down it's evil. So the Creator is testing us in this life. He sends us a revelation which has all aspects of morality, not just the things that are within you. And then the Creator is testing you whether you will choose to do that which is good, or you will choose to do that which is evil, right? So the point is the following. If in order for a test to exist and for me to have free choice, there has to be a choice for me to do evil and good, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, so that would explain the people who are doing evil. Because in order for God to test the creation, there has to be your choice to begin with for you to do evil and to do good. And then the Creator is a concept that a lot of people don't take into consideration, which is the idea of the afterlife, in which everyone is accountable for their deeds. So if I do evil, that doesn't mean that someone is going to get away with it right now. In the afterlife, if you do evil, you'll be accountable. The people will be recompensated for the bad that happened to them, and the evil people will be punished. So when you look at the whole picture of Islam now, where is the problem?
So, okay, do you mind if I use alright, so, in Judaism, the Torah says that being a homosexual is a bad thing. It says that, it's wrong to sleep with other men and it's bad.
Yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah and all of that. Yeah.
You speak about being given a choice between doing good and evil,
Yes.
and that allows for a test. How is that test fair if the people you believe in, in the case of Judaism, if the Jewish God says that homosexuality is bad, that is innately a bad thing because it is.
I don't understand. In order for there to be a test, Creator has to stipulate what you can and cannot do, right? So that's one of the things that the Creator stipulated: don't kill, don't rape, don't steal, and don't have homosexuality, for example, right? I don't understand where's the problem there. How is that a problem with the test?
So say there's a test. If this Creator is giving us a test where they go don't rape, don't kill,
Yes,
steal.
yes.
But they're also saying it's unacceptable to be a homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
That is innately a bad. Like they're telling you to dislike homosexual people.
No, you're conflating two things. If I say don't do X, why are you conflating that with disliking the person who does X? There's no correlation between the two. Just because I say don't do X that doesn't have anything to do with me hating or loving the person who does it. It's just a command from God not to do. So the Creator just stipulates that to be an immoral act. That's it.
Being homosexual.
Anything, including homosexuality. Islamically, we believe that's an immoral act. Islamically, that's what the Quran teaches, so the Bible teaches, and also the Old Testament teaches, right? But the question is this: to you right now, you're not religious, right?
I'm not.
So on what basis do you get your morality from?
From society, the way it's taught me.
So why should we accept your understanding of morality, which says that it's, for example, it's okay to be homosexual, when you took it from your society, and in the 1960s they used to hang gay people here, which is your morality changes every day.
They still hang gay people around the world.
Still hang? No, but I'm talking about your morality that you take from your society. So I'm talking about you right now. Your society, morality changes every couple of years. My point is, why should we adopt this morality, which coming from human beings, which is clearly deficient, that keeps changing because it is deficient?
It changes because it changes when we discover and we.
It's not objective.
To check ourselves.
It's not objective, right?
Okay, but it is a bad thing to dislike people for things they cannot control.
According to
homosexuality.
According to who?
So what do you mean according to who? Because you're hating them for something that they can't control.
No, we're not doing that. But according to who is it bad?
It's innately a bad thing.
According to who?
Because it's a bad thing to hate anyone.
Who put that innate thing within human beings?
Like, it's just the way society works.
You're not giving answers,
I'm
really.
not
You
going
know.
to tell you that I dislike you because of something you can't control.
Sorry?
I'm not going to tell you that I dislike
Oh,
you.
now you're making another assumption. You're making an assumption that homosexuality is an innate thing within human beings.
Homosexuality.
Yeah, you're making that claim, right? So let's talk about it scientifically. What evidence do you have for that?
It is. Homosexuality is an innate thing. It's not saying that, you know, you...
Where's the evidence for that? Where is the studies that have been done to demonstrate what you're saying?
The fact that people come out as gay all the time.
So just because someone claims something, there are people who claim...
Not someone, a large amount of...
Okay, there's a large amount. It's not obviously homosexuals are the minority in every scenario in the human population. So they're not large. That's the first thing. The second thing is there are people who come who are pedophiles, who are everything else, and they are the same thing, and they are a group of the people in society, and they claim it's innate. Some people say I don't have a control of being a pedophile or not, right? That does not mean that we would say it's an innate thing. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree, because those are different things. I think you're generalizing.
No, I'm asking you for evidence. That's the only thing I'm doing.
You're saying that being gay and being a pedophile is the same thing.
No, that's what you said. I never said that. I said, I'm giving you an example. I said, you said it is an innate thing because, if you allow me just to explain, right? You said it's an innate thing because there is a group of people who do it, correct? So I said to you, that's what you said, word for word.
It's an innate thing because people, without being conditioned, come out as gay. People who are raised...
How do you know they've not been conditioned?
Still come out as gay.
How do you know they've not been conditioned? They are conditioned by society.
So there are people who grew up in houses of homophobia, houses of this kind of thing, and they'll grow up and they'll realise I'm gay.
How do you know?
Okay.
You've not lived with them. You don't know the life story. You just know the end of what they tell you.
Testosterone and other hormones in your brain cause you to be attracted to people. Agreed?
No, I don't agree.
What
Testosterone causes you to be attracted to people?
No, other chemicals.
Oh no, yeah, okay, there are chemicals that happen when you have this emotion towards other people.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So that's a scientific thing. But there's a
for us, yes. For us as Muslims, let me just explain this point. Yeah. For us as Muslims, we're not hard materialists, right? So we don't believe that everything that happens metaphysically is just what happens in your body. So, for example, we say that love is a metaphysical concept. It's not something you can put under a microscope and measure. Love and hate and all of these things, right? They're all metaphysical. But we say there are chemicals that happen when you feel the feeling of love. But you're making a problem here. You're saying just because there's a correlation, they both happen in the same time, there's a causation. Correlation does not entail causation. For example, if I drink water every time you go into the shop, does not mean me drinking water takes you to go inside the shop, right? So there is a link here that you're missing.
You're using what we call a straw man fallacy here.
Tell me why.
A straw man fallacy is where you...
I know what straw man fallacy is. Tell me where I did it.
Well, we just said like what I'm saying is like correlation and causation. It's not. What I'm saying...
You said that we feel love because of the chemicals.
There's a scientific fact that draws humans to be attracted to one another to procreate and to create more society. You can study the fact that you can see chemicals being released in the brain when you're attracted, pheromones, right?
But that's the point I was making.
You can't deny that pheromones exist.
I don't think you understood my point. I'll repeat it again for you. I'm not denying that there are chemicals that happen when you have these feelings. I'm saying you cannot prove that because there's a chemical happening when the feeling is happening, it is happening because of the chemical. That's the point I was making, but I don't think you understood my argument.
That's what all the scientific evidence points to.
I think you're making very hasty generalization. Can you give me one scientist who said that?
No, because I haven't memorized all the scientists in the world.
But you've just said every scientist believed that. That's a fallacy of generalization. You're generalizing a claim without evidence.
Yeah, because I don't memorize the name of scientists in my free time.
It's okay. Look, so far you're making. If you properly study what I'm talking about, the idea of metaphysical effects on human beings. A lot of scientists who are religious.
So can I just go out that we've literally just started our coursework? It's due in like...
Yeah, no problem. No issues. No, it's okay. There's no problem. Let's finish our discussion then. Now let me say this and you tell me what you think. You talked about the idea of homosexuality. Now I'm going to talk about scientific research on the idea of homosexuality that demonstrates that it's not an innate thing, which disproves what you said. You've not given any evidence that it is innate, but I will give you evidence that it is not innate from a scientific research from people who are not Muslim. Right? There's a very good book written by two scientists called "My Genes Made Me Do It." You can read it. It's all scientific research disproving this idea that innately you're born as a homosexual, and it gives many reasons. For example, it looks like identical twins. People who are born with the exact same genetics, with everything in the same environment. One of them is homosexual, one is not. If it's an innate genetic thing or something within your genes, then you would be having it. Both of the twins will be having it, right?
twins become twins when the zygote split. It happens a week into a pregnancy. From that time, so much can change about your genetic structure. Hence why twins don't always look the same. One to be female.
Identical twins, by definition, are people who have the same exact genes. This is what identical twin is scientifically. So he's studying identical twins, people with the exact same genetics, and he's saying that this is the evidence that one is homosexual and is not. There's many researchers that are done on this topic. For example, Robert Spitzer, who's the father of modern psychology in America, he conducted a study. He brought 200 homosexuals, and all he did is he spoke to them. All of them became heterosexual. Imagine just me.
That's called conversion therapy.
That's not okay. Let me ask you this question. You're heterosexual, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah. If you are homosexual, me talking to you, would that change what you're attracted to as a human being? Doesn't matter how long you talk to me personally, I'm not going to become gay. I'm heterosexual. So you speaking to me is not going to affect something which is innate within my genetics, which is what you're claiming.
Yeah, it doesn't. But so conversion therapy where people are taken to camps and told to be straight.
No, they're not taken into camps. The father of modern.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
I'm talking about something which this doesn't happen.
But
it's just an experiment.
I'm using an example of conversion therapy where people are taken. They're not.
But I'm not making the claim. This is a straw man now. This is a straw man, you know.
They're forced to turn straight when they're not actually.
I understand, but what you're doing now is what I'm calling what you call the straw man. You're making. I'll explain. You made an argument. I don't believe it. I'm not talking about conversion therapy. I didn't make that claim. That's the straw man you're making, and then you're attacking. I made an argument about Robert Spitzer. People who willingly went and had this treatment from Robert Spitzer. He didn't force anyone to do anything. This is published in Nature magazine. This is not something that's done under the roof. If he does any evil thing, he'll be in prison. America is one of the biggest countries that are promoting the LGBTQ community. I don't need to tell you that. I'm sure you know that. So he is the father of modern psychology in America. He's very well known. He has written multiple works, right? And his research is on Nature magazine. In fact, he called it a reparative treatment, and the media attacked him for using the term reparative because they said, because you said they said you insinuated that something needs to be repaired. So they attacked him just for using a different term, let alone forcing anyone to do anything. No, people came willingly. 200 people. They became heterosexual, which is absolute evidence that this is something not innate. Now, another thing, Nature magazine conducted a study in 2019. You can research it right now. It's called No Gay Gene Study. It's out there in Nature magazine. They spent billions of dollars trying to find any gene that links homosexual behavior to the individual. So far, I've provided you a book, two research studies on Nature magazine. That this proves the idea that you're saying that people are born in it. This is what science says, right? It's not what I'm saying. It's what science says. If you have a problem, it's with science, not with me.
Unfortunately, I'm a GCSE student, so I don't have time to research these things.
But you're making claims. So my advice,
it's not. You don't find a gay gene, but the way pheromones work and the way you're attracted to people.
Another more claims.
Well, sure, it might not be a gene, but it's certainly something that can't be changed by just being talked to. And I know you said this too.
So how did the study happen then?
I'm like the fact that you're saying that 200 people, 200 out of 200.
Google it right now. So if you'll find it on Nature magazine right now.
200 people.
You want me to show it to you?
And they changed.
Yeah, you want me to show it to you? It's on Nature magazine right now. Just
I'm not going to. Sorry.
No problem. Just put Robert Spitzer reparative treatment. It will pop up Nature magazine. Look, these things we're telling you. I'm telling you what scientists are doing that are not Muslim. That are not religious people.
Sorry, we've gone so off track here.
Yeah. But you brought the idea about me. Okay? You said religion says about gay.
We've got you on this one. We've gone off the fact that you said that there's a test, that life is a test.
Yes. Let's come back to the idea of the problem of evil, which is
and you
what you
said
brought.
That,
yes.
For this test, the creator says, do not rape, do not kill, do not steal.
Many things, yeah, amongst those.
But also the fact that homosexuality is incorrect.
No, it's immoral. Incorrect and immoral separate things. Yeah. We believe as Muslims it's not a moral act to be homosexual. That's what the Quran teaches. Islam teaches.
Right. But are you arguing that is correct? That homosexuality?
We are Muslims. We believe what Islam teaches. Of course, we believe what Islam teaches.
So, and feel free to stop here. But does that mean that you think of me as immoral no matter what my religion is?
No. There's a difference now. Let me make something clear, right? So someone who have homosexual tendencies or homosexual attraction is not a non-Muslim. It does not take him out of the fold of Islam. You can be a Muslim and you have these type of feelings. You are accountable for your actions, whether you will act upon those feelings or not, right? So if someone has those feelings and he does not act upon them, in Islam he gets rewarded. It's not that he gets punished or looked down upon. In fact, he gets rewarded because he suppressed something that the Creator told him not to do, even though he's inclining towards that, right? So there's a separation between me being evil towards someone or hating someone. That's what I was making in the beginning. Separation between the command that God commands and the individual, right? You as an individual, I'm having a discussion with you. Do you feel like I'm having issues with you? Just having a nice discussion, that's it.
Say I was a Muslim.
Yes.
I'm gay.
Okay.
Does that mean that like I shouldn't be allowed to be who I want to be, and I'll be rewarded for not being who I am?
Again, the assumption there is that this is who you are, which you've not demonstrated, which I have brought you evidence is opposite to what you said. Now you've got to demonstrate first that this is who you are, because this is with all due respect.
I'm attracted to men.
With all due respect to you, and I'm not attacking that. It could be true. What I'm saying to you is this. We go with the objective evidence. What you believe is something I cannot control, right? What you feel is something I cannot control. We go with the objective scientific evidence.
I'm undeniably attracted to men. That's just the way that's just the way.
Could be true.
Our parents want us home at 8, that's all we've got it down.
Yeah, no, it's okay. There's no problem. You can go anytime you guys want to go. No problem.
Yeah.
Just reflect upon what I said, and look, try to find evidences for this idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I don't know what, but like, as a homosexual myself, it's quite hard for me to accept these things. But it's a different.
I know, and I understand, and that would be the case. I'm sure if I was in your position, it would be the same. But I'll tell you something about us Muslims. We try not to be hypocrites. Meaning, I wouldn't lie to you and try to claim something that I don't believe. I start telling you to make you feel better. I'll tell you opposite to what I believe. With people who are straightforward, we try to be at least. That's what a religion teaches us. I'll tell you truly what I believe. That does not mean I have an issue with you, right? It can be difficult that you're doing something Islam teaches you not to do. Islam says don't drink, don't gamble. That's difficult for many other people, right? But this is the commands of the Creator, and there is a wisdom behind it. We follow it based on that. We don't force anyone to do anything, it's your choice. You can read and you can think about it, and you can read the Quran. It will talk about these things as well, Then you can come to your own conclusions. Anyways, it was nice talking to both of you. Thank you guys for your time, yeah?